Caloroga Shark Media.
Hello, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. The Tom Brady roast still making news. Nikki Glaser is still making news, but not for her new special. There's no buzz on that one. Apparently, Nikki, who was out promoting her special, which there's no buzz on, was on the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast. She explained that she ran into someone at the Comedy Store in West Hollywood after the roast of Tom Brady, and they were with some, quote, wild guy who's a comedian with a, quote, reputation for just like starting stuff. Nikki told the podcast, apparently he started the boo as just like a joke. He just had too many drinks or something, and he's not affiliated with Swifties or anything, and just felt like saying a boo into the air, and apparently everybody was so riled up. It just kind of caught wind, but it wasn't Swiftie meditated. Okay, all right, relax. None of us thought it was Swiftie meditated. None of us did. I do have that on good information that it was not based on that, because I was like, this doesn't feel like a huge Swiftie crowd. You're going to make me break out the Joe Coy if you mention Taylor Swift again. No one was thinking this is about Taylor Swift. No one mentioned that 15 days now. Stop. Because I was like, this doesn't feel like a huge Swiftie crowd, but it didn't feel like there was a vibe in the room. The guy started it as a joke. It caught on too much, but I was so glad to learn it was not Swiftie meditated. I'm going to have to do it. Scott Beckett's having a nice day, and you're going to make me play the clip. Stop mentioning Taylor. Nikki said, it's not just Swifties who have beef. And she said, many people are stuck on the belief that Kim and the rest of the family are not talented and famous for nothing. I don't want to hear that anymore, that they're not talented. They clearly are. They've achieved something consistently for 20 years now. They're talented. It just doesn't look like the talent you define. Nikki was on the Comedy Bang Bang podcast, by the way, of all the comedy shows I ever did back at SiriusXM. That was the only one we walked out of. Scott Aukerman. Wasn't good. Sorry, buddy. I know it's popular. It wasn't good. Johnny is throwing heat today. Yeah, and I'm in a good mood, too. I told the Comedy Bang Bang there was some message I got that they're going to do a bunch of these greatest roasts of all time with hopefully Serena Williams and LeBron James and Tiger Woods. Like it's going to be a new thing, and Tom Brady's going to kind of run it. That ain't going to happen. None of that's going to happen. None of that. Glaser revealed that Tom Brady was kept away from all the comedians prior to the show. I got over it, Scott Beckett. I'm not going to play the clip. You're in luck today. No clip today. Jon Stewart commented on everyone coming after Jerry Seinfeld last week. Stewart said, look, Jerry Seinfeld took more crap over the past 2 weeks promoting a Pop-Tart movie than Harrison Butker did for his entire speech. And I ask you people, what's the deal with that? He did not do a Seinfeld impression there. I legitimately would like to know why he's taking so much crap about everything from everybody. And who are these people? Shane Gillis was scheduled to throw out the first pitch at last night's Phillies game. His new series Tires premieres today on Netflix. In Tires, Will, played by Stephen Gerben, is the nervous and unqualified heir to an auto repair chain, and Will attempts to turn his father's business around despite constant torture from his cousin and now employee, Shane. Shane is played by Shane Gillis. Did you need my help with that one? Netflix has already renewed it for season 2. Kevin Hart postponed some shows in Jackson, Mississippi this weekend. Those performances will now be on September 22nd. The reason for the postponement was not released. However, the Clarion Ledger did some good sleuthing. They say that ESPN announced that Kevin Hart would be doing his NBA Unplugged with Kevin Hart show during the NBA Conference Finals, which do overlap with the now postponed dates. And I did warn you over the weekend, no 20-minute episodes this week. There's not much going on. As evidenced by Patton Oswalt, raves about Grand Rapids Coney Dog joint. Sure, why not? There's Patton Oswalt. He's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He tweeted, damn good dogs. The post was met with hundreds of likes and comments from locals excited to see Patton Oswalt having a Grand Rapids Coney. Coney co-owner Connor Malloy told M Live that Patton heard about the local hot dog shop after shopping for comic books at Vault of Midnight. Patton was also spotted at Dr. Grin's Comedy Club ahead of Dan Soder's show. Coney owner Malloy said he went down there earlier in the day and the workers were talking to him, kind of suggesting places to eat. They asked him, do you like hot dogs? And he was like, oh, I love hot dogs. So they messaged us that he might come in. Do you need that? Like, I mean, Patton Oswalt is, you know, this isn't Tom Cruise showing up at the hot dog stand. Or people are like, oh my God, Patton Oswalt's downtown. Let's go. Get in the car. Let's go. Like, all right, Patton Oswalt's getting a hot dog. That's not going to draw a big crowd, is it? M Live tells us while Patton Oswalt ate his late lunch, many locals driving and walking by did a double take, surprised to see a celebrity basking in the sun, enjoying a hot dog right there on Fulton Street. Coney owner Malloy said, I talked to him briefly out there, and he was definitely getting a lot of attention walking around, which was awesome. I didn't have the guts to ask him for a photo, so it was cool that he took a photo and posted it. Excuse me, Mr. Oswalt, would it be okay if I took a picture of you eating a hot dog? What is going on? It's Patton Oswalt. I'm punchy today. Oh, there's more. Oswalt spent time chatting up Malloy, who told him that he and his wife Olivia took over One Stop Coney in 2020 from its founders. You remember Leslie and Brian used to own the place? Sure. Malloy was a former employee at the hot dog joint, which originally opened in 2009. You know, I'm surprised it took me this long. Now I'm menu curious, as I tend to get. John, is it a slow news day? No. Why? Why do you think that? All right, here's onestopconey.com. Hours, Monday to Friday, 11 to 7. Saturday, only noon to 4. Is Saturday not a big hot dog day? Sunday, not open at all. All right, a Detroit dog will cost you $3.50. That comes with the Detroit-style chili, mustard, and onions. You can get a Flint with Flint-style chili, mustard, and onions for $3.75. A Chicago dog will go $4.75. Plain, $2.75. A Bacon Ranch Ripped Dog, which is a bacon-wrapped deep-fried dog, cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, ranch dressing, $4.75. New item, hot pepper, deep-fried dog, hot peppers, sauerkraut, pepper jack cheese, tomato, spicy mayo, $4.75. You know, you can make these things a combo, fries and a drink. You'll run these things up to $6.25. You get a classic corn dog for $4.75. But here's what's weird. The middle of the menu, highlighted in yellow, the rest of the menu is white, is promoting burgers and sandwiches. What kind of hot dog place is this? A cheeseburger, $6.50. I'm not coming to your hot dog place for a cheeseburger. Anyway, Patton finished his food and left for his show. Bob Saget would have been 68 years old. John Mayer expressed his ongoing grief on social media. John posted, I miss you the most when I'm exhausted and I just want to talk to my friend. I missed you when this magician was performing at this party I was at, and he was just okay, and I knew you'd have interjected with insanely funny one-liners, even if I couldn't imagine what you would have said. Loss may be out of our control, but remembrance is our act of defiance, and we will never forget you. Love you, Bob. Happy birthday. Comedian Mo Welch announced that her stand-up special / documentary hybrid Dad Jokes will premiere on the YouTube 800-Pound Gorilla channel June 14th. Filmed at the Lodge Room in Highland Park and all over Illinois, Welch's debut special follows her as she explains her lifelong obsession with dad jokes as a way to process the aftermath of her own father's abandonment. Welch travels to Illinois in search of her father, while acerbically unpacking his absence in her life and what that has meant for her comedy and her journey as a new mother. CNN is in on this whole Bob's Burgers host. They post an article. This long-running sitcom, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, sure, Jan, has only gotten better thanks to its writers taking big leaps. CNN tells us 14 seasons later, although no one has ever seen the show and no one has ever met anyone who has seen the show, the Belchers are still messy and stinky, but their hearts have softened because the writers speaking for them have grown protective of the fictional family. Bob's Burgers, whose writers place equal value on warm family moments and bodily humor, shines brightest when it's focusing on the small moments from a family dinner to a poetry meeting. And if it hurts a little along the way, then it's not too far removed from life. Bob's Burgers. No one's ever seen it. It's very strange. Can you feel the holiday weekend coming? I can feel it. I've got some stuff. I'm rationing. I could tell you about Jim Jeffries heckling people, but then what would I talk about all weekend? You know what I'm saying? I got to do this 7 days a week. Sometimes it's a slow news week. I'm being honest with you. Thank you all for listening. This is a lot of fun to do every day. I enjoy the back and forth of the Facebook group. It has been increasingly lively, and it's a lot of fun. And over there, we kind of drop our guard and have some fun with the jokes. Got a nice community going here. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for listening. See you tomorrow.